going to wait for a few of us to join in. Hello. Hello. Hi, Tammy. Hello. Hi guys, I don't do privates. On this reading. This is weekly reading. Hi, Anne. Good morning. Just guys give me your sign and tell me where you're from. So we can I can kind of understand like which part of the planet you're on, and just to see how far is this reaching. Okay. Hi Kat. Hi Vero. Oh, thanks Daria. Monopolis, nice. Pleiadians, okay, your neighbor. St. Louis. What kind of weather do you guys have in St. Louis? Texas. Idaho, nice. Nice, Divine Temperance, good to see you. Michigan, nice to see you, Sally. You have Americans here. There we go, Brenda. Hello, Canada. Still cold. Yeah, we have kind of cold, but it's kind of like it's starting to look better. Oh, Buenos Aires, that's nice. Holland. There we go. We have now Europeans. What? No Australians? There is a BC. Somebody who is up early, Brenda. Good for you. I was sleeping at 8. Boy, I had a really nice dream. I had a dream that I was buying a house and I couldn't afford what I wanted, and all of a sudden this guy just appeared and he said, well, you know, I'm putting this on sale, I have to really quickly sell it. And it was a mansion for something that I could afford. So it turns out he was trying to find somebody to give this enormous big house, and I spent the rest of the night going from room to room. Okay, Tampa, Florida, nice. So we have Aquarians, we have Virgos, we have Scorpios. Okay guys, I'm going to give a few more minutes. So if you have any tarot or horoscope related questions, this is now a time to ask. Not a personal one. For that you really need to go personal. I don't want to make everybody stand and wait and listen. Thanks. My kitty cats are cute. I hope they are going to kind of join here to see you. Fire. So I'm using these cards today that kind of had a little mishap. Safi kind of like spilled a glass of water, so about 10 decks have been affected. This one was the least affected so far. Okay, Aries, Arkansas, and he is Capricorn. Okay, now he is in Atlanta. Oh, okay. So he moved to the other side of the country. Why is that, Tammy? Fire. So, which group do I do first? Earth, fire, water, air? Will my move go smoothly? Yolanda, guys, can you kind of notify everybody that I'm not doing privates here? The reason for that is there are like other people here. It will be kind of like very rude to make everybody kind of like wait. So I have fire. I have 3 fires that jumped in. Okay, so let's do fire first. Fire for the week. Fire for the 10th to the 16th. Fire from the 10th to 16th. Fire 10th, Helena, to 16th. Fire from the 10th to 16th. Fire from the 10th to 16th. And this one wants to talk. 7 of Cups. Then you have Temperance reversed. We have, what is this? 2 of Pentacles. And this would be Knight of Wands. There you go, fire. Fire is a little bit too unpredictable this week. And look at this. You have the Page of Pentacles, and here you have 10 of Pentacles. So, my dear fire, you actually do have all elements, which is really good, which is kind of like really helping for things to be more balanced. And so what I also see here, that something like, I mean, maybe that is coming in the energy, maybe you want to do something really, really fast, because this is you, especially this Sagittarian energy is coming through twice, but like something maybe didn't materialize, something maybe didn't happen because it was not the right time, it was not the right place. And there is like still this issue about what the heck I want, kind of like it's kind of going from action to kind of like emotion, that kind of like it's going to be still kind of that steady feeling. By the second part of the week, guys, you're going to go into kind of like sitting down, literally midweek, Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going. It's going to be such a big confusion, almost like to the level of upset. But from that point on, because sort of like you're going to really look into that, you're going to really wonder how to go further, you're simply going to go in, look, you're getting this fabulous result. You're going to realize what has to be worked on, what has to be set aside. And that way, you're kind of like really moving in possibly work. But you also have somebody lurking at you. Check this out. This is really work that I see, fire. So you're totally moving into the earth element. It's either work or home or cleaning house or kind of like organizing stuff at work. Some of you may be applying for a new job and getting a promotion, or getting inheritance, or getting some kind of money coming your way, or something would work out to kind of like work out that way. Be very careful not to stretch yourself too thin, because you have to refresh your memory to how things worked out. Now this is interesting because you also have the cup, one Ace of Cups, which means somebody is there, somebody maybe that you already know. Maybe you have had somebody who kind of like was, let's say, friends with benefits kind of a thing. And but at this stage, this situation could be moving forward in kind of like this better potential, and it's kind of like better understanding of how to go so far. So let me get my Gypsy cards. Did you guys like the Gypsy cards? Hi Dean, how are you? Did you guys like the Gypsy cards readings? That was kind of like really intense for me. So if you don't like it, I'm more than glad to stop it and just use them for clarification. So let me just check a few things. The midweek, what is going on here midweek, where you're kind of like getting stuck? Yeah, flu, guys. Is anybody going to be very careful? Wash your hands, right? Make sure, because you might lose some income there. Maybe this is what it is. You might kind of like feel you need to kind of like scrape and to get ahead, and also could be just simply a medical issue as well. Now, do I have Night Sun tarot deck? No, I don't. Is it a good one? I actually don't even think I heard of it. And here, I guess there is like some kind of conversation that is not taking place. Maybe you want to, fire signs, kind of like go further and kind of do have some kind of conversation. And of course, you guys, look who's coming. Hi, Sophie. Everybody was waiting for you. Come say hi. Say hi. You like fire? No, you just like licking yourself? You like licking yourself? Like, what? What, baby? What, baby? What, baby? What's going on? Oh, kitty. You're bringing good luck to fire? Huh? You're bringing good luck to fire? So, guys, the Temperance reverse here is dealing with something that is still not out there. Yes, Sophie is here. Like, I mean, she's checking out the weather, I guess, and she's checking out all of you. She's right next to the chat window. Look at this. Loves herself on a camera. Just absolutely. Right? So, Sophie, let's watch this together, right? Sure. Let's do this. So let me just quickly do that something else over here, since Sophie almost like when she comes to me, this is a hint that there is like something else I need to do. I'm going to pull one card for each fire sign. So let's start with Aries. Let's start with Aries. Yes, I have done just fire. I'm still doing fire, so let's do the Aries. Let's do Leo. Let's do Leo, and let's do Sagittarius. So Aries, holy smoly, you are going to feel this like really, really intensely. This is definitely this Aries fire. This is a Scorpio Aries combination. Something really hasn't been built properly. You guys are going to almost get really, really angry with yourselves, and you're going to start something from the scratch, something that didn't work. You're going to be so upset, maybe on the outside, but also on the inside, or almost like be forced to kind of like do things from the very beginning. Woo, Leos, what is going on? Leos, you're going to have sort of like some thoughts dealing with something that has come to pass, something that maybe you feel like you have been almost backstabbed, if you really wish. So be very careful at work, because you did have the Pentacles and Temperance over there. This is also saying the worst is over, that if you had some kind of like difficulties, things will actually start moving forward from this point on. And check this out, Sagis are having a Sagi, so the Sagi is coming out very strongly. Do I have any Sagis over here? Because 3 times and 3 times reverse, Sagis, you're not going to be yourself. This week is like to kind of like take it easy, and this week is like to sort of just bide your time and do the planning, because nothing right now is supposed to be good push forward. So hi Canada, let me see if you guys have any questions, because I do that. This reading is not about cats, Lana. This reading was about Leo at a point, yes, and unless you have the cat that you want a reading for, I'm just kidding. So no, this was for the fire. So okay guys, which any questions? Last reading was spot on for water signs. My friend passed out for 15 minutes. I was terrified. She's well. I'm so glad nothing really bad happened. Your sun is Sagittarius. Leo, about the work, like it was a general reading that applies to all of them. So as I said, something is going to look very messy. I know, Lana, but it's so cute. But sometimes people also ask me serious questions about that. Leo, the thing is, the middle of the week is going to be kind of like weird. Something will look like miscommunication, something is not right, something is not, stars are not lining up, but the end of the week is going to be big push and big movement forward. Your partner is a Sag. We'll have heart to heart in 2 weeks. Hope it goes well. I think you're not going to have heart to heart this week. It looks like they're avoiding any kind of conversation this week, and they're not feeling themselves this week. So guys, which category do I go for next? Come on, let's see the voting. Let's make you run the show right now. We have Canada Air. Why don't we have Air Canada but not Canada Air? It actually sounds even better. Okay, let's do Air because nobody else is jumping in. Let's do Air. Let's do Air. And there is Anne saying water. Well, Virgo, Sun, Cancer, Rising, Moon, Aquarius, water. We are doing Air right now. Really like your readings. Oops, that goes so quickly. Let me just go back to see. Hi, Vanya. How are you? Virgo. What did you say? And your beautiful kitty. Hi from Italy. Ciao, ciao. Actually, Safi's name was Bella when I got her, but I changed her name to Safi. So there you go. A little bit of Italian in her as well. Air. Air. So if you can, if anybody joins in, tell them this is kind of like air going on. So, yay, air. Air for this week. March the 10th to March the 16th. March the 10th. Mage 16. Thank you, Renata. Very sweet. And please, guys, if you can, give me thumbs up. If you can subscribe, well, you are all subscribers if you are here. It's a huge benefit of it. Yeah, I kind of really like this. Like, you guys give me so much boost. Like, I'm in such a good crowd. Like, I mean, whenever I do the chat, that's why I do them so often. Okay, air for this week. Okay, so let's do this. So we have 7 of Wands. We have, ooh, the Tower. Looks like air and fire are going to have kind of new structure week. And this is the Star reversed in Queen of Cups. This is the Lovers reversed. And this is Two of Cups reversed. Holy moly. These two cards rarely come together, and even like rarely come upright or reversed. So I am really sorry to say, air, but look at these cards. Something is collapsing. We might actually go through breakup. Something really suddenly happening, right? That's doesn't have to be a relationship, guys, because it looks like that some of the air signs have been going through the period of isolation or even loneliness, where kind of like it was really hard to take anybody to kind of like come on board. The Tower card is coming always when this is a time to say, listen, you kind of are not going in a good direction. Something else has to be happening. Something else has to be readjusted. Maybe we felt that others pushed us in one direction, because that's what usually 7 of Wands is. Because look, from the level kind of coming together, it is like kind of like falling apart. Our strength has been tested. Maybe we're going to get really angry over something. This simply also can talk about contracts as well. So something is simply falling apart. And interestingly enough, even though we are air, we are not tending to be very emotional, we actually will end up being pretty kind of like almost very, very touchy-feely by the end of the week. I don't like when the Star card reverses, because it's always talking about not really opening up to the other people. But I guess it does make sense if something collapses in our life that we will get really emotional. But the good news is that this Queen of Cups is upright, which means we are going to land on our feet and in fact kind of like almost like get this new dimension of this kind of emotional understanding in a situation. This also could be that we are leaving some situation or some kind of position that is no longer serving. It is also going to, because there is a 7 here, there is a 7 here, and I see the 7 hiding over here, and also our Star card contains 7. 7s are generally talking about thinking in terms of black and white and either being good or bad. Kind of like it is what air signs do, where kind of like we don't find this gray zone, and it's kind of like very almost like judgmental. And that's maybe why the other signs don't really like very much air signs. But this is like, yeah, you're programmed this way, what do you do? And looks like we are actually going to get a different dimension this time around. So let me see what I need to clarify here. Of course, that freaking Tower and the Star, because I never liked the majors reversed. Let me see the comments. I'm getting beautiful. He made me feel worse and insecure. Yeah, that never helps. In fact, I don't think. Will you start a small tarot classroom? Yes, actually, guys, I'm starting at the school. And I did write the curriculum for, I don't want to call it beginners level, because it's not beginners. I'm starting with intermediate. It's going to be, I think, 10 weeks long. I'm not sure about the price, and I still actually didn't record it. I just wrote a curriculum. I don't know what's going to be. For the first round, it's going to be a little less, because I still have to iron out the wrinkles. And then it's going to be higher. I think it's going to be around 275. To be honest, maybe the first time is going to be about 250, and it's going to be awesome. Honestly, awesome. I was like so proud of myself. I don't know if you know, I'm a teacher by profession, so I just like couldn't do this like in a crappy way. So I wrote this like long PowerPoint presentation. I think it has 108 slides, and I simply want to kind of like go into it. So I am in Toronto, guys, in Canada. So let me just see here for air signs. Why is this here and why is this here? Okay, so look, the death of love. Like, isn't this like keeps coming back? And us being sick. So guys, seasonal flus. I had a flu for the last week. Hopefully it's not going to come back. This kind of like definitely talks about suffering. It's something is going to really strike midweek, and it could be around the 16th as well. So it could be the last days of this period. As far as the star reversed, that's what it is. We have been really counting on something going forward, something that can be built into something solid, but somebody sent a wrench into the system. The foe card, because we have service, constancy, and foe, and here we had the death, love, and melody. So the foe card is either a friend who is pretending to be a friend but sort of like is undermining us, or this simply can be the rival that we have. So, and let's do this quickly. Who had the flu? Oh my gosh, Brenda, you too, like 3 weeks? Good gosh. So, oh, you moved out north of there. I don't know, like Toronto is becoming so expensive, guys. It's almost like New York. It is kind of like really ridiculous, but I love Toronto. I lived in Seattle, I lived in Pittsburgh, I lived in Europe, so I lived in Vancouver, I lived in Calgary, and I keep coming back to Toronto all the time. Hi SB, hi SB. So let's check stuff here. I want to check first, air sign is Gemini. I'm doing, Michelle, I'm doing air signs. Gemini. Then we will go to Libra, and then we will go to Aquarius. I would not be able to live in California. You know, I had a boyfriend in San Francisco, and visiting there in winter, it just, I literally hated it. I really like winters. I really like snow. I really like cold. And while I would like it probably in the spring, and actually I lived in Seattle, I like Seattle's actually weather. That didn't bother me, but California, not me. So I totally understand. It's like Jennifer Aniston was this other guy's name breakup, because he stayed with his New York and Toronto's similar climate, and she wanted to stay in California. You either are a California girl or you're not, and I'm not. Okay, so Detroit over there. So this first one is Gemini, guys, the Hangman. It is some kind of like self-imposed, let's say, not so much suffering, but kind of deciding that you are just like stepping out from some kind of situation and trying to kind of like see things from a completely different level, right? The Hangman is going to be very little phone calls and texts. It's sort of like, it's very typical from you guys. It's kind of like, leave me alone. I need to take some time off. And it's going to kind of like feel that you just like want to shut yourself off from technology. And this is like very unlike you, which means something had to happen for this. Libra. Ooh, Libra is breaking up. Queen of Swords, which also kind of like indicates Libran energy. When it comes down, either somebody is going to be in a very bad mood, completely out of balance, or you're going to be breaking up with someone, or this could be a breakup stuff. Thank you, Renata. I'm trying. And Aquarius. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Okay, what is Aquarius? Aquarius is becoming like a Minsaki kind of like thing, because this kind of like talks about putting a brave face, and Aquarians do that, and I know it by myself, even when don't feel happy. And this is why people say we're not vulnerable. So it's kind of interesting, because we do have a lots of Aquarian energy coming through over here. it's going to be very emotional. The most emotional like piece is going to be for Aquarian. Anger is going to get angry. When you get angry, you're almost out of the situation. But Aquarians are going to be going through up and down emotionally. So the key over here is actually talking to others, and the key for Gemini is sort of like just deal with things yourself, and Libra will be cleaning the house. So who is next, guys? Let me just first see your comments. Do you have any questions about that? California girl. I really love California. I have never been in LA, but it is really lovely. It's just like the weather bothers me. So Earth, you guys want Earth? Earth, I have lots of Earth. Earth, definitely the Earth it is. So water is coming last. Earth. So who are the earth signs here? Who do we have here? We have a Virgo, and I think Vanya said she is a Virgo. And I hope, Vanya, you are she, not he, because that name can apply to both. Okay. Or if you have somebody who is Earth that you're cross-watching. How does correspond if one North Node is an Aquarius? North Node is very important. I wish Adam is here. Let me see. I did get a message. I'm wondering if it's from him. So I wanted him to join me. Yep, that's somebody else. Okay, so nope. No, it's 3 private readings requests. That's nice. Some business coming over. And where did I lose you? Here you go. Oh, look at this Pleiadian Tarot, $2. Thank you so much. I appreciated my coffee. Yeah, Vanya, I'm she. Thanks. Never know. Yesterday, I did a reading for somebody. I was like so embarrassed, and I mean, I did a video recording, and I kept calling. You kind of had this kind of guy coming over and stuff, and the reply goes, "Hey, I'm he." So, but everything else was okay. I think Vanya is like. Originally probably Serbian, but somewhere Nordic, right? So earth signs, earth signs, earth signs, earth. Lana, you're she as well? I kind of tend to be she as well. I mean, I know like right now it's kind of weird because there are some people who are not identifying. I'm still trying to get used to it. I don't want to be politically incorrect. There is one reader that I really, really love over here on Tarot Reader. I shouldn't say he because I think he's a transgender. He goes by she. Take a look. It's called Priestess Gorgeous. It's not like what I do. It's more or less sort of like interstellar kind of work. Maybe it's not your thing, but it's like such an awesome person. Okay, Earth. Vanya, do you speak anything but Swedish? Because you still keep the name, right? Okay, so what do you think, Lana, about Priestess Gorgeous? Like, I think like very sensitive. He's a Cancer with, I think, Sagittarius rising, so it's very kind of like huge conflict. Something flicked here. You're getting some messages here. Having a 2 of Wands. Indecisiveness of some kind. Okay, Earth. Let me focus on this. Earth. You have 2 of Cups reversed, and you have 9 of Pentacles reversed. Earth. And then you have 7 of Cups. Earth. And then we have 8 of Cups. We have 9 of Cups. Look at these 9s. And you have 7 of Wands. Okay, Earth. This is kind of like tricky. 2 of Cups, again, it's kind of weird. Like, this is the end of something. It is like inability to commit to something, and definitely somebody is walking away. Lots of anxiety about it. Could be already the breakup that have already happened, and it's going to be a huge anxiety, huge longing. It could be even the breakup of the structure, like could be loss of job. I'm really sorry to say I'm going to do a lots of confirmation over here, because this card means definitely like somebody's lurking and somebody new is kind of putting a wedge in the relationship. This is definitely a card about walking away, like somebody's having too much fun trying to figure out what they really want. To boot it, the card underneath here is a 9 of swords, and then we have a 9 here, we have a 9 here. Something is going to cause, like, guys, you don't have a tower, so count yourself lucky. This is not a nice situation, but tower is extraordinary bad situation. So in your case, there is like the understanding that somebody has to look further into what is making them happy. Now this I don't like. It's going to be kind of situation before switching forward. Kind of, look, the spotlight is needed. Somebody is coming to the spotlight, but it's still not there yet. So there is like sort of like understanding what you kind of bring to the table, and that kind of has to be understood. And here it is a lots of emotional disturbance, earth. Like you have the Fool underneath, which does kind of like things are pushing you in a different direction, but earth being earth, moving slow, you will not want to do that. And then you have these 2 sevens. You have the 7 of Cups, and then you have 7 of Wands. This is definitely talking about yeah, torn between where to go, how to go, and so it's going to be lots of planning and it's going to be lots of dreaming, but it's not going to be lots of action. Sevens, as I said, which sign was, which group was first, is definitely talking about kind of going deep and facing things that you need to face. Maybe you have been too relaxed over a certain situation. Maybe you you allowed other people to walk over you, and this is really coming right now to kind of like bite you. It looks like you are not able, guys, to really feel your ground, because like here is the earth, like look at the cups and cups and cups and cups and fire. It's going to be a very emotional period where you're actually not realizing the things that you actually can contribute and you can kind of like bring to the table. So let's see, when searching up reading on YouTube, would you say it's best to look at your sun, moon, on rising? Well, you know, Adam, the astrologer here, he and I kind of disagree on this to a point. He kind of like might have his 2 cents. What I have is I always look my sun sign and I always look for my ascendant, but I also at times check my Venus, and if I'm watching for somebody else, I check their Mars, because that way I see if the attitude is properly kind of like grounded. So that's kind of all that I look and see which one kind of like resonates the most. So let me just like see a few things. Like I want to see this one and this one being the most important. Okay, so this breakup is, yeah, look again, like it is some kind of jealousy, or it could be longing. It could be kind of like feeling that you cannot move forward. Yeah, this definitely shows me some of you who are in a couple don't want to be alone, or even single. They're just like tired of being alone, kind of like feeling like, why is this not happening for me? Why I'm not going in this direction? And here, look, we have the Prison. Like, are you, some of you, involved with somebody who is involved with somebody else, even somebody married? And somehow maybe you have been given promises to things will go forward, and hence these guys are wearing masks because something clandestine is going on, and maybe it's going to be that realization, kind of, I can't live with you, I can't live without you, and that's maybe that stuck situation which is going to manifest in this period, but it's not going to kind of go forward in one shape or the other, right? So let me see. Can you switch signs? Yeah, I wish. I think I'm born under really difficult, you know, sign, but like each sign is like to teach us something. So let's see which one is the first sign, first earth sign. Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Oh boy, Taurus. Are you having a third party? Something, or there's going to be some kind of rejection, or you might be the one who will just like be fed up and walk away. This is like being stuck in your head, literally, and saying enough, but it's also very, very painful though. So yeah, this is for Earth. Now we are going, which one is the next? Virgo. No, I want one for Virgo. One for Virgo. One for Virgo. And look at that, there is like this 7 of Wands, and again it's repeating, but this time is upright. It's saying, look, you really have to stick to your guns. Remember how I said like letting other people walk over you? No, don't let other people push you down or do anything that you would not like it. It's like simply needing to kind of understand that you do have something to say. You probably are right. Maybe other people are trying to gaslight you or tell you things that they're not there, but you are simply right on. And it is a really good card when it's upright. I like it because like it takes lots of balls to stand in a crowd and say, no, I don't think just like you, because obviously he's in a power position over here. So good for you, Virgo. And which one is the last one? Capricorn. Capricorn. Hi Sabrina, I just did the Virgo. Your Virgo moon. Yes, you're supposed to hear this message. Well, that's good. Like Virgos are going to really assert themselves this week. And let's see Capricorn. Oh, the Devil. Of course, you're getting, you guys getting your own stuff. This is called Shadow Side in this deck, and the Shadow Side, as you can see, like the light is coming through, somebody doesn't want to see the light. When this reverses, it's better. It kind of like you are kind of like adjusting to some new kind of like environment. Also, because this is kind of card that belongs to you, it kind of like talks about you maybe are not fully yourself, just like as we saw, there is going to be some kind of disturbance this week. This is also saying that maybe some of you are feeling that you need other person to kind of like go forward, but the truth is this is the card that sometimes talks about codependency, talks about emotional healing that has to happen from the inside in order to kind of like go forward, right? The Devil also, by the way, can talk about, and that can be seen as sevens, drinking too much, kind of, you know, healing through kind of addictions, drugs, you know, booze. But sometimes with you Capricorns also working too much. I don't like this one, so I just actually want to confirm this one as well. But this is also kind of better than the Shadow Side upright. Sort of like, yeah, you're getting realization about something or about somebody, right? How you go to Toronto for work. And look at this, the Merchant. And that's kind of like, I don't know if you guys are dealing with some kind of Taurus. It could be something long distance, but it's, your mind is go to business this week. And maybe you're kind of understanding some kind of idea, or maybe something new is happening, or maybe you are dealing with somebody who is a business person. Yeah, you see, this is kind of interesting. These are two opposing cards, the Devil and Love, because some people think they're in love because they're craving this person. The truth is, this is not love. This is that kind of like codependency and this kind of addiction kind of that is happening. So which elements did we do, guys? We did just finished Earth. We did we not do water? No, we didn't do water. No, we didn't do water. For some reason I thought. So we did air. We did, oh, we just like need to do water. So the water is the last. I lived in Florida, Texas, Ecuador. Gosh, you're like me. You have been moving everywhere. So yeah, I was supposed to move to San Francisco, and in the end, I just couldn't. I just like really needed my my winter. It's weird. Even right now, believe it or not, it is like 2 degrees outside, which, what is this in Fahrenheit? 36. I have windows open, believe it or not. So, water, 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 Let's go water. So if you have a sun sign or ascendant or Venus or somebody's Mars, that's what we are doing right now. Water for this week. Water, 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 water. Do I have something in Capricorn? Yes, I do. I think my Mars is in Capricorn. So I am actually looking for a reliable partner, somebody who will do what they say they do. Like, this is extremely important for me in friendships and relationships. Water, water. You have the Magician reversed. Be very careful that somebody doesn't present something that's going to end up being very messy. Water, water, water for this week. Water. So we have 3 of Cups and 9 of Swords. We have 2 of Cups. Gosh, water, you are like a lucky group this time around. And the Hermit reversed. We have the Fool reversed. The Tower. Well, I see the Scorpio is deciding, this is too easy. Let's kind of like combine this all together. So 2 very good cards. You guys, oh, there it goes. Look at this, another Scorpio card. Scorpio very strongly coming through. So check this out. 3 of Cups and 2 of Cups. So maybe you'll be moving from a 3-party situation to a 2-party situation. Maybe you have friends that are confusing you when you kind of like talk about your partner or talk about what you want, and hence you don't end up following your heart. You end up kind of like doing things what the group kind of like wants you to do. Maybe there are like few people that you know that they're like vying for the same person, and the situation kind of like does bring some form of anxiety or some form of where do I go next and how do I go next. The Hermit reversed, like now 3 major arcanas, guys, for water. Something really big, because this is earth, this will be fire and water, and this is air. So all elements. This is like a definitely switch on absolutely every single element. It could be feeling even a little lonely, which is kind of really bizarre that you guys have such nice positioning, but in spite of it, you're going to have the sense that something is amiss. Something, oh, look at this, you have a Chariot here also lurking, which is Cancer. So water is going to be really water. Look at this, cups, 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 water. Unbelievable. You kind of like want to go in a new direction, but you feel it's not a time, or some kind of steps being made this week might go in a really, really bad direction. Be very careful when Fool reverses means being foolish. And the Tower, guys, something is falling apart. Something, even if you have the most loving relationship, it's going to be, look, this is not working out. Maybe somebody is consistently late and that irritates you. It kind of like both of you will have to come to the same basically page. It seems to me that you probably are involved in a situation where there is sort of my way or your way, and that kind of like has been going for a while, which either made you very happy when things were your way or made you very unhappy when they were not. So some kind of like understanding has to happen in this whole situation. Yeah, Uterus showing the door, but there is his friend. Yeah, weird. Like, let me clarify. There are quite a few things to clarify. Like, first of all, I want to see this here. I want to see this. I want to even see this, and I want to see this. So let me see with this Hermit reversed. Yeah, it looks like some of you may have gone through a breakup where the third party was somebody younger, and maybe kind of like feeling like, is this for the best? Or maybe like you had no choice but to move on and move forward. Here we have Thief and Messenger. thief can mean many things. It can mean literally somebody stealing something. It can mean betrayal. It can mean you feeling humiliated. And that's horrible for water signs because you feel it's so strong. Or you might finally assert yourself and speak up about that. Yeah, don't get me going on Trump. I don't want to get political on my channel, because if I start doing, you're going to understand how I become the tower. So let me see this anxiety is, it's anxiety is about a partner. As I said, like, it could be that some of you are going through the three-party situation, or kind of like trying to get somebody who also has other options, and like you're very nervous about it, almost like obsessed about that. But thing is, like, you guys will get it. And you will get it, and maybe you'll regret it, because look, you're getting the lover, and it's a doctor here, because you had the Lord in a gift. And usually Lord is somebody who is taken, or somebody who doesn't want to commit. And maybe that was the issue. Somebody was wishy-washy, and maybe you felt that there is a reason behind that. But some of you might really get this partner, and it's not going to be as great as you thought it would be. Kind of like it is weird. Thanks for being here, Vanya. Have a good time. So let me see per sign. So we are coming with the Pisces black cat. Hey, you. Love your kitty cat. Matrix never shows up. He doesn't like to climb on the table. So let's go. The first one is Pisces. 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 And the second one is Cancer. Cancer. Whoa, there is a repeat for Cancer. Look at this, all in a head. And the third one is a Scorpio, and I had like really strong Scorpio energy here. And look at the 6 of Wands. So, okay, Scorpio is going to feel really victorious over here. They will have no issues facing any crap that is coming their way, and they're going to end up victorious. They're going to really enjoy hot and heavy sex. But Pisces are either going to be a subject to somebody being really rude to them or cutting them off. But also when Pisces are really hurt, they become really angry, and they might actually give their 2 cents. So that's going to be kind of like really energy accumulation of thoughts. So the Cancer, which also came through here, hiding underneath via the Chariot, and also is having these cards repeating. There is like this sense of being stuck, like you guys keep thinking about the same situation and trying to find the situation. You have to think out of the box to get it on with this energy. This is like the energy of resigning yourself to the circumstance and allowing somebody else to kind of like create your own life, versus you taking advantage of this. So Cancers, you're going to have a very sort of like what they call it, wash machine brain. You keep spinning the same thought over and over and over, and not being able to get out of it. So that's kind of like really needed, and I really want to see for your Cancers, because this is difficult. Look, it's just saying, just keep going. You find people who are your friends. You have faithfulness and you have frivolity, and find somebody who can uplift you. You need to get out of this situation that way. So guys, any questions? Anything for me here? Looks like we all are going to have interesting week, because after all, we are like pre-Mercury retrograde, and this is like when most of these things happen. So thanks, Scorpio Queen. It's going to be interesting how much Scorpio is kind of like going to differ from the other water signs. Any questions from you guys? And if you don't have your annuals, just grab it. It's still kind of like a really good time. You're only 2 months down the road, and it's kind of cool to check, because I have it quarter per quarter per quarter, kind of like to go further. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I will be doing X series next week, so we also know what's going to happen that way. And let's see comments. Go Scorpio, they always come out winning, maybe winning dirty, but winning. Well, you know, Scorpio is actually very difficult, because it's a fixed sign, so they have to kind of go into that, right? Do we gonna reconcile? Well, the best is to go for the private reading for that. Okay, so bye to everybody. Will the Cancer Man call me this week? I never do privates here because I don't want people to wait for one person to just basically get answers. Thanks, everybody. I wish you all a good week, and yeah, let me know if you want your privates. You can contact me via cattarot.ca. Thank you so much, and happy birthday, Susan. Wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.